Tesla stocks are just, falling apart. They're just dust at this point. And the crazy thing is, it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get any better. I'll explain why now in this video. Folks, as always, welcome to the channel, The Modern Survivalist. Analyzing these things is what you need to do so as to understand the context of what's happening around you and what's to come, how you prepare for this. What is it then that you should prepare for? Well, it is a very bad economy. It's going to get worse only. Tesla is massive. Not only is it a big company in the United States, the symbolic nature of Tesla, especially in this American government, is crucial. The link between Trump and Elon Musk is more than evident. And if Tesla goes down as it is, then it just looks horribly bad. I mean, yeah, it's going to be bad for the economy. But I think that the worst damage is political in terms of image. How can you... What image do you present when the closest businessman to the President of the United States, the richest man in the world, he cannot manage a successful business in the United States? And before I go on, there's one thing. Do you know what the largest part of the business of Tesla actually is? It's not selling cars. It's selling carbon emission credit. 33%, a third of the business of Tesla is selling carbon emission credits. What is that? Well, let me ask you, sir, ma'am, do you emit any carbon right now? Well, maybe as I breathe, yeah, maybe a little bit. Okay, as a business, well, I emit little carbon as a business. I emit almost no carbon as a business. Well, if you have the right friends and you lobby hard enough, you can sell your lack of emissions in the market to a company that does. So if I have a dirty-ass high-emission company, I can buy carbon emission credits from someone that doesn't emit as much. Well, that is fantastic. Who am I going to sell to? Yeah, name whatever business is polluting the air and emitting a lot. Well, no, you can't do it yourself. You have to be well connected. You have to be, kind of like the richest man in the world. But if you have a company that has low carbon emissions because you have a lot of credit, socially speaking, because you sell electric cars and you have a lot of solar stuff going on, you can sell that credit, that carbon emission credit, you can sell it to other companies that do pollute a lot more and have a lot of more emissions. Does it sound crazy and fucked up? I mean, why does anyone have to buy anything? Shouldn't it be like there's some standard of, just don't throw toxic shit into the atmosphere? And kind of that is, no. You have to buy the credits from me. That's how it goes. It's all a scam. It's a racket. It's all a fucking gigantic scam. But beyond that, the other aspect of Tesla is actually selling electric cars, which Elon Musk has a massive problem with right now. Because in the United States, in case you haven't noticed, there's a very divided, polarized society. Make no mistake, Donald Trump won by the popular vote, meaning that pretty much more than half of the United States supports Donald Trump. I don't think anyone argues that at this point, even Democrats. I mean, there's going to be some lunatic out there that just doesn't understand. But anyone that has any common sense understands that Donald Trump won with a very clear majority. The majority of a population of the United States supports Donald Trump. But that does not mean that what? 50? Okay, let's call it 45%. Let's go with 45%. Let's not even go with half the country, even though you could. So as to round things up, 45%, half the country. Let's call it there's some disgruntled voter that is not happy now because of whatever reason. Let's go like half the country it's one half versus the other. You have a half of the country that was never really much into electric cars to begin with. That's going to be your typical conservative Trump voting American. He's not really the typical Tesla driving soy boy Maybe there's someone that's super conservative and likes his Tesla, whatever. I think it's a shitty car. I saw the latest ad with the Model Y, is it? I don't know. It's fucking terrible. It looks like a fucking toy. Looks like a cheap car. All of the plastics. Anyway, you have half the country that probably was not into electric cars to begin with, and you have the other half of the country that was very much in favor. All of the left Democrat half of the country that was very much in favor of electric cars and the climate change scam. Those guys are now saying that they will never ever again buy a car from Tesla. They will buy an electric car from someone else, but they will never touch a Tesla again in their lives. They will never buy one again. They're even destroying their own Tesla's cars online. They're getting vandalized. They're even attacking the dealerships. It is insane. But what that shows you is that there's half the country in the United States that is not going to buy a Tesla again. It's falling like a rock. What about your neighbors? What about Canada? I don't know, man. I don't see Canada buying anything American. I don't see Mexico. I don't see Australia. I don't see Europe buying. The market in Europe for Tesla used to be pretty high. I mean, it was visible. But now it's not going to be that way anymore. They're not going to buy Tesla cars anymore. They're not going to buy American, but they're especially not going to buy from Tesla, which is specifically the company of the guy that is targeting Europe on daily basis in his social media platform. It has dropped 50%. The sale of Tesla has dropped 50% in Europe, and it's going to drop more. You cannot sustain this company like this. Not on carbon emission credits alone. Tesla is... I don't know, man. I don't know. Honestly, I don't... Oh, yes, they're fucking doomed. I don't know. Maybe they find a way to reinvent themselves and start selling something else. But with a tariff war, basically a commercial war, it's a commercial war, which is the United States versus the world. And the face of that commercial war from the United States is Trump, number one, and this guy, number two. Why the hell would you buy from him? If you're from any other country than the United States, why would you buy from him? If you are a bleeding heart liberal, if you're a dirty commie, if you're anything that is center to left, do you see yourself buying from Elon Musk anything? I don't see it happening. What if I'm a red-blooded, gun-toting American that voted for Trump? Do you drive a Tesla? Maybe you do. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to listen to your opinion on this matter. But there's a ton of guys that are conservatives, that are right-wing. I would never buy that shit. I mean, sorry, yeah, no disrespect. Anyone that buys it, fine. I would never buy. I'm a diesel kind of guy. You know, the greenest I will go is gasoline. As green as I will go, gasoline. That's as green as I get around here. If not, diesel is even better, right? But that's me. I'm just one guy. I don't matter at all. But when I look at it from an objective, when I try to put myself as far away from myself as I can and think of who do I see buying it, I don't find it. Maybe you do. If you do, let me know in the comments. If you think your time was worth it in this video, subscribe to the channel. You'll have the button somewhere floating around. You'll also have my books available in the links below. Surviving the Economic Collapse, which is something you really want to get, and Street Survival Skills. Folks, see you on our next video. Take care.